0628 on the UK side, JTV. Erdogan gives the world leaders engraved revolvers. What does it mean? What does handing a gun over as a gift, what does it mean? The act of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan handing engraved pistols along with live ammunition. This is a gift to fellow NATO leaders at the summit in Ankara. We want to look at the layered symbolic meanings reflecting both traditional Turkish diplomacy and current geopolitical realities. The hidden, the deeper meaning behind the gesture. Behind the gesture. It's a gesture. It's a gesture from a major player. There's no doubt Erdogan is a great leader. It's fair to say Erdogan, Mr. Erdogan, the president of Turkey, is not to be messed with. We got 1A here. So this is a literal nod to NATO rearmament. The NATO summit was heavily dominated by discussions on military rearmament and defense spending. Gifting a functional firearm, complete with live ammunition, serves as an ambiguous there, yeah, unambiguous, literal symbol of hard power, preparedness, and the collective push to arm the alliance against shared threats. We also have a show. It's a showcase. It's showtime. It's showtime. So Turkey has spent the last decade heavily investing in aggressively promoting its sovereign defense sector. They are manufacturing everything from drones to firearms. So we have a military power that can supply itself. It's manufacturing its own arms. Also, location. It's all about the location. Now, everyone should know about the Ottoman Empire. They should know about a place called Constantinople. Okay, so Turkey sits in between Europe and Asia. We'll have a look at it in a minute. Right? So Erdogan used the summit as a high-profile marketing and national pride showcase for Turkey's industrial and military self-reliance. So we have Ottoman and cultural symbolism, symbolic alliance, traditional Turkish Ottoman history. Gifting a weapon to an ally or a peer is a gesture of high respect, brotherhood, and mutual defense. For me, what it's saying is you're going to need it. Erdogan is telling the leaders, you're gonna need your Glock, you're gonna need your revolver at your side at all times. Right? You got your cultural and legal friction point. The gift also exposes a stark contrast in political cultures. While intended as a symbol of sovereign strength, it created immediate logistical and legal headaches for Western leaders bound by strict domestic gun laws. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting. I mean, when I know we got laws, but when the world views this situation with the UK, the outgoing British Prime Minister Keir Starmer had to leave his pistol behind in Turkey because importing it into the UK would violate strict domestic firearm laws. Now, to the world leaders, that is a joke. That is a joke. The man's the Prime Minister. Right, he's supposed to have his revolver on his hip. Right? So that's just showing weakness there. There's weakness. The weakness is seen by the world. Now, if every other country, not maybe everyone, but right, so UK seems to be standing out has been one of the only countries that the leader can't even walk, cannot receive a gift, right, from a president and take it home with him. Erdogan's laughing. Erdogan is laughing. You see how quiet he's been? Also Canada. So Prime Minister Mark Carney's gifted pistol had to be immediately turned over to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police for decommissioning, rendering it unable to fire, before potentially being sent to a museum. So there's always options. There's always options. Let Keir Starmer, or give it to the Secret Service or whatever, right? If Canada can do it and decommission it, Keir Starmer's supposed to have a man right beside him that can just decommission it right there and then. Right there and then. Right, so the gesture was designed to project strength, industrial capability, and a warrior ethos. Ethos. It's a Greek word, isn't it? Ethos. Right? I'm sure that's where the word ethics, yeah, like a good work ethic or strong work ethic. Right. So let's have a little talk about Turkey's military history. Yeah. Right. Just give a little foundation. So this is something that spans centuries. Right. This is centuries. Right. And I mean, high stakes conflicts. Yeah. High stakes conflict. Evolving from the nomadic horse archers of Central Asia to the sweeping conquests of the Ottoman Empire. And finally, to modern Turkey's highly technical sovereign drone warfare machine. Okay. So here is a little bit of a history for you all. The Battle of Manzikert, 1071. Right, that's the year. 1071. Right, so that's what the 1000 BC is it? So look, we have the Seljuk Turks led by Sultan Alp Arslan face the massive, heavily armored army of the Byzantine Emperor Romanus IV Diogenes. Turkey have been fighting since the Byzantine. Right, so the strategy, we have outnumbered. The Seljuks use the classic nomadic fend retreat. This is where they pretended to flee, right? Drawing out the heavy Byzantine cavalry into disorganized pursuit and then encircling them. Right? The serious military tactics. Okay? So these kind of tactics will be used now in a modern way. It's the same maneuvers using new technology. That's what you will get from Turkey. Okay? Right? You've also got... so let's finish up the impact. So this shattered the Byzantine dominance, captured the emperor himself, and permanently opened the gates of Anatolia. Yeah? And this then became a Turkish settlement. So that they expanded. Right? They expanded. The fall of Constantinople, 1453. So the stakes are Sultan Mehmed II sought to capture the legendary, impenetrable capital of the Byzantine Empire. When Byzantine heavy chains blocked Ottoman ships from entering the Golden Horn waterway, Mehmed ordered his men to greasing wooden logs and drag 70 warships overland across a hill overnight. So the impact of this, the siege featured the world's first massive super cannons called the Basilica. And its fall marked the definitive end of the Roman Empire and sent shockwaves through Europe. We have the Gallipoli campaign, 1915. The stakes during World War I, the Allied forces, including British, French and Anzac troops, launched a massive naval and land assault to seize the Dardanelles Strait and knock the Ottoman Empire out the war. Despite this being undersupplied, right, we have the victory coming in here. Ottoman forces put up a brutal, unflinching defense. It was here that a young lieutenant colonel named Mustafa Kemal, later Ataturk, right? It is said Mustafa Kemal famously ordered his retreating out of ammunition soldiers. I do not order you to fight. I order you to die. Let's have a look at some bizarre and lesser known military facts. The red carpet over the sea. Yes. So we have, during the 1453 siege of Constantinople, before Mehmed II dragged his ships over the hills, he actually used a clever piece of psychological warfare. He built a massive fortress called Rumel-Hisari. Rumel-Hisari, right? So my pronunciation is not going to be perfect because, right, it's spelled Rumelihisari. Yeah, right. So this fortress at the narrowest point of the Bosporus, right? So this was built within 4 months, and this secured the land from the Byzantine emperor. Legend says Mehmed asked for only as much land as a cow's hide could cover. He then sliced a single cowhide into incredibly thin, continuous leather threads, tied them together, and used the massive string to loop around an entire hillside, claiming it legally. So we have elite Christian warriors who couldn't marry. The backbone of the Ottoman Empire, terrifying expansion, was the Janissaries. The Janissaries, yeah? So we have, paradoxically, these elite Islamic shock troops were entirely composed of Christian boys taken from the Balkans via the Devshirme, Devshirme. This is known as the blood tax. They were converted, highly educated, forbidden to grow beards, and banned from marrying or engaging in trade until retirements. They lived entirely in barracks, treating their cooking cauldrons, the kazan, as a sacred military standards. We have the 7/8 bludgeoning. In the late Ottoman era, a highly unusual military promotion occurred. A police constable named Hassan was completely illiterate, signing his name only when the Arabic numerals for 7 and 8 occurred. And this is called a Yedisekiz, Yedisekiz. During a chaotic coup attempt against Sultan Abdulhamid II, Hassan took matters into his own hands and literally bludgeoned the coup's leader to death with a stick. For saving the throne, the illiterate constable was instantly promoted to a high-ranking military pasha. He became a general. So we have Erdogan's military transformation, the fourth reform. Historically, the Turkish military acted as the ultimate guardian of secularism, staging coups in 1960, 1971, 1980, and 1997. And this was to topple the government they deemed too religious or unstable. So under Erdogan's tenure, the military underwent its most radical structural shift since Ataturk, completely reversing the balance of power. The turning point, the coup d'etat in 2016. So this was the turning point, occurred on July the 15th, 2016, when a faction of the military attempted a coup, backed by citizens who took to the streets. Erdogan defeated the attempt. This triggered sweeping purges of the old guard, resulting in thousands of officers being court-martialed or replaced with loyalists. Stripping autonomy. Erdogan officially brought the chief of the general staff entirely under the civilian Ministry of National Defense. Military academies and courts, previously self-governed bastions of the military elite, were placed under civilian oversight. We have the rise of drone diplomacy. Erdogan shifted away from relying on foreign weapons like US jets towards an aggressive, independent, indigenous defense industry. Turkey's homegrown Bayraktar TB2 drones transformed modern battlefield tactics in conflicts like Nagorno-Karabakh, Libya, and Ukraine, turning Turkey into a prominent global arms exporter and changing the nature of its military projection. JTV.